I did this weird thing where I went back and watched some of our earlier episodes,
Okay.
or listened to one of our earlier episodes. One of the things we used to do, we used to have a random question of the day.
Oh.
We used to do a random question of the day, um, and in that spawned one of like our greatest quotes of what will you I think the question was, if you were to go to heaven, what would really like surprise the fuck out of you? Like if God told you something that you like always believed, but you found out it was untrue.
What did we
And
say?
I think I said OJ in fact did do it. I think if God told me OJ really did it, that would fuck me up. um so so I do have a random question in
Okay.
in the spirit of 2026. It's not as bad as that. I will say that.
Okay.
I saw it. It's been trending on TikTok. Would you rather have $5 million untaxed, but you cannot invest it? It's 5 million, cannot invest it to make it grow bigger, but it is
Okay.
tax free. Or anything that's under $1,000, you can have absolutely no charge. It's free. Rest of your life.
Anything that's under $1,000. So like,
Anything that's under $1,000, you do not have to pay for it. 1,000 and under, you don't have to pay for it. It would just be given to you.
so can I just get $1,000 a whole bunch of times? Because I mean, I would do
No,
that.
it's not like it's.
I would
I
just
mean,
do that.
I guess technically, you can go to the bank and request $1,000. I guess I don't know how
Like,
to do that,
okay. It was just, I think I do that a whole lot.
but it's just like anything that's any price tag that's I guess 1,000 and under is you can have. What are you taking? It's been split down the middle.
That's a, I don't know. That's a good question. Can I get stocks if they're under $1,000 and shit like that, or if they're 1,000 under? Cause like if so, I'd probably get like a whole bunch of like stocks that are 1,000 and below and just invest that since I can't invest the 5 million. Like, that's what I
I
would be thinking at
guess
least.
I guess that's fair play because it only said that you couldn't invest the 5 million,
Yeah, like
but
that's what I would be
but
thinking
for
of
the
doing.
1,000, I mean, buying if you have to technically buy stocks, then technically you could be buying just free stocks, and if they hit, they hit. If they miss, you didn't lose money.
Yeah,
Fair. That's not bad.
so
But
that's
even
what I
if you
would do.
couldn't, but even if you couldn't invest 1,000, um, with the 1,000,
I mean, if I
if you
couldn't, then
couldn't
I just
invest in either one, if you,
if I can invest either of them, then I'd just take the 5 million and then I still have a job though. I still like work and everything and just use the money I get from work to like I don't know, spend it on whatever else I need to like on some like investment type stuff until like that grows maybe. Because if I just put my whole salary to that, then yeah, like, that's what I would be thinking at
that's
least.
fair. I think the way somebody evened it out, it was just like if you funnel it as you're basically budgeting it out 150K a year if you were to stretch out 5 mil, technically, if you're
For how
being
many years?
responsible. That's a good question, but a good majority of your life though. Damn near for the rest of your life at that point because it's gonna take what 9.5, maybe 10 years just for one of those meals, give or
Oh,
take, maybe
okay.
eight
Hey,
years.
you could be right.
Yeah, so over 32, 40. Basically 40 years you're dealing with a consistent
Yeah.
150K unless you're buying a house. But damn, I think I probably would have did one. I think I would have did 1K mainly because I know that I would never be homeless. Like I would never be homeless. I would never not have food in my like I would never go broke. There would never be a time where I never if I fall on hard times, there's no such thing as I feel like that's the ultimate floor raiser. Like I may not peak out, but I'll
Uh,
always be able to just get a hotel room and not have to worry about shit. I could just
okay, 'cause
rent a
I was
car.
gonna ask you. I was like, where are you living? That's $1,000 and less. But okay, a
Yeah.
hotel room. But I guess.
But this is if I'm falling on hard times. Like I'm not saying that this
Yeah.
is what be I would want this to be like my forever life. But I'll always
Okay.
be able to rent a car at any given moment. I always have food, transportation, clothes, no matter what. And niggas won't even, and I could dress it up in a way where niggas don't know my real financial circumstances. So I don't even look like a dusty nigga.
Even if I got fired, it don't matter what I got now. I'm not telling niggas my real financial status. If I got any sum of money, I'm not. Y'all aren't knowing what.
Type shit. Yeah.
But there
Like,
will be signs that ass.
yeah, because because at some point I will want a house. But at least like say I bought a house. If my mortgage is under $1,000, then that's fair game, is it not?
I mean, I don't see why it isn't.
I had to take that 1,000. I'm wild to take that 1,000. I didn't see niggas blow 5 million.
I've seen niggas blow 1,000.
But I get 1,000 for the rest of my life.
And I've seen niggas blow that other 1,000 too.
Hey, if you blow that, that's crazy, nigga. Hey, blowing unlimited money, you got it. Nah, bro. Man, welcome back to another episode of the Play for Keeps podcast, the only podcast where we do something different every single day, where the 4 stands for something you will have to find. It is somewhere in the links, somewhere in the descriptions down below. It is somewhere. It's hide and go seek. I'm your host, Greg. My host, Jax. Welcome to, damn. I almost said welcome to the Redactor Show. That's crazy.
What?
That's crazy. But this is the podcast for casuals. If you are a casual, this is the show for you. Somebody asked us, because of Mike Tomlin, will we still keep the sound?
I thought you were going to play the sound because, of course, we're keeping the sound.
We do not care.
Of course, nigga. Of course, nigga. But before we get there, real quick, we got to pay the bills. If you would push. Damn.
Donations.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Did I tell you one at work? Some girl asked me if I was Asian or not. This was a couple of jobs ago. She thought I was like mixed with it. I was like, she was like, "What are you mixed with?" I'm like, African and American. I'm like, "What are you talking?" She was like, "Oh, I thought you could have like some Asian because your eyes are small." And I was like, "What?" I
It's
feel like
gotta
that's
be racist, nigga.
But, like, I'm not Asian, so I don't know if I can take offense to that properly. But so I was just like, "Yeah, no, I'm just black."
Nah, you supposed to up the ante, and you supposed to be like, "Hey, she called me C word," and then people push. That's insane. Oh, because of your eyes.
Yeah, bro. My eyes are small, bro. I don't know why. It's just genetics.
Why was that her first guess?
I don't know how you see me, all dark skinned black man of me, and be like, he has to be mixed with something. Like that's not normally how those things work.
This is a white woman, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Or she was like one of white passing like Hispanic people or something like that.
That tells me everything I need to know. That's fine. I know who's not Asian.
We do not
It's
care.
that goddamn Mike Tomlin. I know that nigga's not Asian. But first thing we do not care about, John Morant and his heated exchange with Vince Williams. Yeah. Basically, I tried to downplay it a little bit at first because, I mean, at the time I didn't know the words that were being said.
I don't think we still know the words because I've seen like 2 translations of people giving what could have been said, and both of them seem like they could be accurate. So I don't know what was said. I also don't care. Yeah.
Well, all I know is Vince Williams said, "Well, let's go to the back." That is confirmed. And Morant saying, "Why? I'm right here. 5 minutes right here. You're not like that." I did see that as well. Mind you, these niggas are in Berlin, Germany at the time, playing. Well, presumably about to play a game.
Yeah.
Against the Orlando Magic. I don't know if they won. I kind of forgot that score. But Jax, your thoughts?
I don't care. But like That has nothing to. I really don't care. And then like they're cool with each other still. Like they was dabbing each other up at the game and everything. So I'm like, this really don't matter. And Ja's gonna get traded allegedly, so it really don't matter. So yeah, I do not care.
Yeah, man. Zion's son.
Don't do that to Ja.
Through and through. Zion's son. Absolutely. Through and through. We can. I feel like Zion's coachable. I just don't think he's getting coached. I truly believe he's not getting coached.
He might just be hard. He might be too hard headed.
Okay, when the nigga got money, that's too late. You supposed to nip shit like this in the bud in the 6th grade, 7th grade.
Exactly. He
honestly, pause. You were supposed to nip this. You were supposed to nip that shit in the bud at Duke University when that white girl came out or whatever.
Yeah, no,
that's when you should have nipped that shit in the bud.
That should have been like the shock to your system. Be like, oh, I can't be doing this
Insane.
shit. Didn't work.
Yeah, or at least I just got to be a little bit. I got to be better. I got to be better than this. I need, at bare minimum, I need most people saying, "Damn, Zion," but I understand. You're not getting "I understands" out of any of us. You're not getting I get it.
Nobody can. That's really the biggest issue with Zion, bro. Like that's the biggest issue with him. Like it's not even understandable, bro. It really isn't. It really isn't, bro.
This is actually disturbing. This is disturbing.
No, that's the biggest problem with him. It's hard to give.
I think that's why we're so disappointed.
Literally, quite literally.
I know niggas right now that's knocking that shit down for free, down the street. I think that's really what it is. You're not utilizing your resources correctly. That's what people are just. That's the nigga that needs the $1,000. He don't need the $5 million.
They gave him the $5 million and he made all the wrong decisions with that $5.
Absolutely. And like you said 2 weeks ago, we give that grace to young players.
Yeah, bro.
Not even. No, we don't. Not that. We don't give grace. There should never be grace for this. Actually, my bad.
Like we gave PJ Washington grace because we got it, but like Zion, no sir.
We understood.
PJ Washington is still going
through. And honestly, we gave a little grace to Jalen Green because she was too old to be acting the way she was acting. We didn't really go crazy on Jalen Green. We just understood his situation. Like, come on, bro. Like, damn, that's tragic. But we looking more at Dre. Like, come on, gang. What you want? We know too much about you. It's tragic.
We do not care.
We do not care. Next, Luka allegedly getting swung on by Dennis Schroeder. This is a Shams report that happened. Apparently, this happened over the Christmas break. But games were, I believed, the suspensions were served like in January. It was a 3-game suspension. Allegedly, what happened is Luka Doncic talking shit, talking about his contract, talking about you should have signed that $84 million. Called him a bitch, allegedly. And then after the game, Dennis Schroeder approached him, or I guess whenever they crossed paths, I guess Luka was trying to be on some nonchalant, friendly shit, and Dennis shut that down and said, "You can't call me no bitch and think we just gonna just continue as cordial." I guess they had like a back and forth, and then Dennis, they said, attempted to swing at Luka. DeAndre Ayton held him back and drug him away, which I think is the most energy DeAndre Ayton has ever done this season. I think that's the greatest defense he done played this season. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He started off high, and then
your thoughts?
He reverted back to normal. I mean, like honestly,
started off high.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton. He started off. He was better at the start of the season. Now he tailed off. But this really, I just feel like, because I think this happened like in the tunnel or something after the game. It just makes me be like, it feels like these players should not be able to interact with each other that closely. Like, why are they get to each other like that? I feel like stuff like this sort of happens a lot in the NBA. Like people like arguing in the tunnels and everything. That always just made me like, why aren't they separated? But it is what it is, man. I think it's very funny to say.
I understand that. But also Dennis Schroeder is somebody that is very familiar with the Lakers landscape of the building. For being honest.
He had a secret tunnel he used.
On some Chris Paul. On some Chris Paul. Police presence. Hey, I hate them niggas. That was probably one of the funniest things they ever did.
They was
them niggas, them TNT niggas.
Because the police don't need to be called for professional athletes fighting, bro. It's nothing. Nobody's gonna die, bro. It's serious, but not really serious, bro. Like, be so for real. The police.
They said Chris Paul got in here. Chris Paul trying to break in. Somebody help. that nigga Charles Barkley is hell for that. That is hilarious. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is Dennis Schroeder. I'm not concerned about
we
that.
We do not care.
I do not care. Next, real quick, a Jaguars reporter after the Jaguars-Bills game stir up a lot of controversy on the internet. Apparently, this is like a week old at this point, but
yeah.
Apparently after the game, which was a tough loss for the head coach, Liam Cohen, first-year head coach, overachieved. At least by my standards, he overachieved.
By everybody's standards, too.
And had a heartbreaking loss. He was taking all of these questions to the chin, and one of the reporters, I forgot her name. I think it's Miss Lynn. I forgot her name. I don't know if it's Lynn Jones or if her last name's Lynn. Basically gave him words of encouragement, and niggas didn't like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Niggas saying, niggas dragging it, saying, this is so ethical hoops.
You need to be asking questions in these settings. You can't. Why are you?
Where's our credentials? Where's our credentials? Snatch it. I'm like, all right, nigga, slow down.
None of that was even serious enough to warrant any of the reaction it got. Hell, it probably shouldn't even warranted like this. It's like we don't. It's such of a we do not care. It might not have should have even been on here because like it really wasn't a big deal, and people just got upset because everybody hates everything on the internet. But it's really not a big. Let her do her, bro. It's not that serious. Y'all just gonna ask the same questions anyway, bro. Like
I said, like I told Jax earlier, y'all niggas asked too many bad questions for me to give a fuck about this.
Yeah.
And there's not, like I said, and on top of that, I don't think there was anybody that was at the actual press conference that had an issue with this. It's just outside niggas just making noise. No, you can't do that. We have deadlines. What are your deadlines, though? What are you talking about?
Like it's
don't put deadlines on me, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. What deadlines you talking about? That's funny. Just for y'all to ask Aaron Rodgers why he pulled out of the game. We're down 30. Anyway,
we do not care.
Last but certainly not least, Jonathan Kuminga again demands a trade from the Warriors after being able to officially get this request off. I think January 15th or 14th was like his official date where he could request it. He's demanding a trade. This isn't fucking news. He's been trying his best to get out this organization.
Yeah,
and these niggas keep saying, no, we're keeping you. And we're also not playing you either.
He's demanded a trade so many. They just sit that trade request with all the other ones he's made. I don't get what they're doing. Because they're not using him and also paying him a lot of money. Like this whole thing is stupid, but I don't know what the Warriors are doing, and they don't either, and neither does he. So sucks for him. He's making like $40 million. So
it's rare for me to like just feel bad for certain niggas. I'd be feeling bad for this nigga Jonathan Kuminga, cause it's just like, damn, like I got DMPs on my shit. Y'all got they clear the benches out. Sometimes y'all get blown out. I think they got blown out by OKC. Nigga was still on the bench. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I just trade the nigga, bro. It's not that serious. They're literally not using him. He's in the prime of his athleticism. He's never had no crazy injuries. He's not even like bad
at all.
Like, I don't get it, bro. But
And he's looking at everybody else in his class get fucking paid because they can showcase their talents.
He's actually never had an opportunity to showcase everything he can do all the way, which is sort of sad, but hey, man, it is what it is.
I'm like, and I'm saying, like, and Jalen Green didn't even get the rookie max, but that nigga still had 150 M's. And Jonathan Kuminga in his mind, like, nigga, if given the keys and the opportunity, I could have put up them same numbers. I think that's what he said in his mind. Crazy. All this for pods, though. Although, come on now. All right. All right. Anyway, we got real things to talk about. And that is the NCAA, of course, being under more scrutiny. Allegations among allegations. Point shaving has been an allegation for the NCAA. They're saying many college players among dozens charged in the point shaving plot. I do have a list of schools that are involved or have players that are involved. And I will go down by the following: Abilene Christian, Alabama State, Buffalo, Coppin State, DePaul, Eastern Michigan, Fordham, Kennesaw State, LaSalle, New Orleans, which is a big one. That's a big one. Like, that means there's like more than one player in this bitch. Nicholls State, North Carolina A&T, Northwestern State, Robert Morris, St. Louis, Southern Miss, and Tulane. Tulane was a crazy pool, I'm not going to lie to you.
North Carolina A&T was a crazy pool. What the fuck?
North Carolina A&T was, like, yes, it's still a crazy pool, but the fact that there was like multiple HBCUs that I just named is not as crazy as fucking Tulane. That's just that was just a crazy pool to me, because I'm like, Tulane? Y'all ain't got no business being here. Now, with Tulane in particular, ex-Tulane basketball star Kevin Cross was named in the federal point shaving indictment. The indictment alleges that Cross was recruited via FaceTime and offered bribe money to underperform so Tulane would not cover the spread. That game was February 18th of 2024. Now people are trying to, what do you call it? I mean, I think he had like $30,000 in cash of bribery payment. But people are starting to look at certain film from these games that were like literally like last year or 2 years ago. And people were like clowning them, like, oh, like, what the fuck are they doing? And then now people are quote retweeting their old tweets and saying like, damn, like, they made this so obvious. Like, they could have did a better job of underperforming. This is horrible. Yeah, this is bad.
There's a video right here of them just being bad at trying to be bad, being bad at hiding it.
Like, it's ridiculous.
And the indictment alleges that at least $424,000 was bet on Kent State first half, minus 8.5 of this game. And Kent State went on a 12-0 run to end the half. But like stuff like $400,000 on a Kent State first half basketball game score. Of course, it's gonna get people gonna be like, huh, this seems suspicious. Why? Who is dropping this much money on Kent State? Like, all this is like, what are we doing? Like, use your brain at least for a little bit. Think about this when you do these things. But I mean, they don't have to, so people don't. It's just so.
Yeah, which at first I was like, now why the fuck would people want to do this? Like, when gambling started being a thing, I think we caught a lot of professional athletes before we caught a lot of collegiate athletes. So with the professional athletes, I was like, why the fuck would you risk your opportunity to make millions upon millions of dollars to do stupid shit like this? Just a couple grand. It's not like you're getting $2 million or whatever. Hell, just play good in the NBA Cup and you're getting $500,000.
Yeah, shoot.
That's the best way you can. Adam Silver saying, yo, just bet on yourself and you will get rewarded $500,000. They're like, shut up. We hate the colors of the court. Damn, nigga. All right, bitch. All right.
I'm not gonna lie though. That green court, that Timberwolves court, that's a terrible court.
They need to eliminate it. Bad, really bad. They got it. This is really, it sucks. But now that we're in college and we're seeing some of the things that we're having to discuss and all these people that are tied into gambling, now we're starting to get into a deeper conversation because now when we talk about the New Orleans, I think New Orleans University, where they have a 27-year-old that just started their 4 years of eligibility with all these goddamn tats. That nigga understands that he's not going to the league. He understands that. So I'm going to run it up in college and this NIL and all this stuff. And it's starting to make a little bit more sense for why college athletes would do it, especially the ones that are not highly touted. Not the arch Manning Za. We're not talking about those Za Vimos. We're talking about the niggas that are just, they may get a scholarship here and there. It might be a partial scholarship, but they're NIL. Like we're just banging on NIL because we know nobody's looking at us to be pro ready for anything. That's why I want to catapult it to something that you're talking about as we get into college football. Jax, I'm not even asking you how do you even fix this, but I just want to have a conversation about how the fuck did we get here? Like how did we get here to the point where I can now see the vision? It went from a point of why would you waste your opportunity to go pro to damn, I kind of see the scam that these niggas is trying to go into. And it's like I low-key can't feel bad sometimes, but I want you to kind of take it over because I know you're gonna lob it up to football.
Yeah, because like I said, you mentioned football and this sort of Dante Moore, quarterback for Oregon, who many have seen as like the top two or not even many. He was a top two quarterback prospect in this draft. I don't think he was particularly that good, but it's just a weak quarterback draft. So he was going to go first round, probably top 5. He might have even snuck into the number 1 overall pick. But he decided to go back to college, and him going back to college, he's obviously signed another NIL deal with Oregon. But if he went to the NFL draft and was a top 1 or 2 pick like he was projected, he would have gotten around like $50 million in guaranteed money. So he's leaving that 50 M's on the table for however many this NIL deal is. And you ask, how did we get here? I feel like we got here to this point because it feels like being a professional used to always be the goal. But now it just seems like some people might just want to stay in college, get their bread, and not risk like CTE and all that anymore. And I feel like it sort of got to this because it's like the NCAA's fault because they could have probably 10, 15 years ago started like this whole NIL thing a little bit, or started earlier and have it being more like instead of like the wild, wild west that it is now, have it be like, okay, these players, they can do it a little bit more normal. They can, sign this deal with these, maybe like a shoe company, sign a deal with these like endorsements like Gatorade or something like that, which is what everybody wanted NIL to be. Everybody assumed that's what it was going to be, let them sign memorabilia until they can get a couple coins on the back end. But like now it's just become this full-blown thing because the NCAA decided to just like open the floodgates completely and have no oversight on anything. And I think that's sort of why we got here. Because even Trinidad Chambliss, the quarterback for Ole Miss, he was trying to get the 6th year of eligibility because this is his 5th year right now. He's trying to get a 6th year. He got denied by the NCAA. And now I think it came out today or maybe it was last night that he's trying to sue the NCAA because he's really trying to get this 6th year back. And it's just like, what happened to wanting to be a professional, bro? Because this is a weak quarterback draft. And he hooped at the end of the season. Like, everybody saw him on the national stage. People have been talking about, he's going, like, if he declares for the draft, he's going to be drafted. He could, like, I don't think he's going to be in the first round, but it could happen because we've literally seen crazier things. So I feel like at minimum he'd go like 3rd round, if anything. But like the goal was to be a professional. Like it feels like what's happened. Nobody wants to go or not nobody. That's misrepresenting it. But it just feels like everybody's just leaving this money on the table and everybody's like cutting their dreams short, or at least what I thought was their dreams. But like I said, I don't know these people, so maybe it wasn't their dream to go pro.
Maybe it was their initial dream to go pro, but I think that I think this is for the first time, I think a lot more athletes see a clear view of what life can be after football if they manage NIL right for them while they're in college. But I think back in the day, it was just a sense of like, okay, man, you better hope that you had a degree that was good enough to kind of get you to certain avenues, or you knew a nigga that could get you into being a TV analyst or play by play
Yeah.
or something, or go into the coaching tree and be a running backs coach or something like that. And now niggas are seeing that, oh my God, okay, if I can leave college, I may not have like a crazy degree. Well, shit, if you in college for 6 years, I would pray that you have at least a bachelor's degree. No shade.
Minimum. Actually, no,
At
I'm not
minimum.
going. I think Stetson Bennett. I don't know if he ever graduated from Georgia.
That's a damn shame. I'm gonna be honest with you, but that's also a white man. He plays by different rules, so I stay out of white people's business. But that is still kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But in the midst of that, we're looking at certain people like, okay, you here for 6 years. I leave college after 5-6 years, and if I'm managing my money right, I'm coming out with at least 10 million or however many millions of dollars
Yeah.
to kind of jumpstart whatever be your own boss type of situation going on, whether it's streaming, niggas starting to get on podcast, especially if you had a legendary run somewhere. A podcast tends to be a scapegoat. You get your your casual white co-host and some editors and a nigga that's gonna make some TikToks or YouTube shorts for you, and now you're making money and you're building this quote unquote empire. So I think people are trying to prepare themselves for life after football before football even starts for them in the NFL. And to a degree, I understand it, but at the same time, it definitely just looks different. Like I expected it from a nigga like Stetson Bennett because I knew he wasn't gonna get drafted high. I knew that the money that he was gonna make in NIL was gonna be double, if not triple, that practice squad money he was gonna get. Same for Will Howard. I think that was what he was the Ohio State quarterback last season, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So him going, if he was to like go back for a fourth year, fifth year, whatever, I understood it. Carson Beck, same person. When he transferred to Miami instead of going to the league, I understood it because I just don't believe Carson Beck was going to get drafted high. And that nigga about to be in a national championship game. And niggas are still not talking about Carson Beck like they're talking about a Dante Moore or Trinidad.
Mendoza.
You know, the list goes on, Mendoza. But when you have a nigga like Dante Moore, this is where it kind of get confusing to me. This is where I'm like, damn, like, how much money are you really projected to be making going back in Oregon? We're not even talking about the nigga that's sitting behind him.
Yeah.
That fake Patty Mahomes nigga. We ain't talking about that nigga.
Yeah, but like him transferring to Oregon, what's his name, Raiola, I believe. That like him transferring to Oregon, having to sit down because he tore his ACL or not? Did he tear his ACL? He did something.
Oh, I didn't even know he was injured. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't
Yeah,
know
he
that.
like either tore his ACL or like broke his leg or something like that. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna, or not even. He's going like he's already going to be behind Dante Moore, but I think he might be even like not ready to play for like the first part of the season in the first place. So I'm not really mad at him for that.
Bad niggas always go to Oregon to save their careers, and it do be working sometimes.
Yeah, I don't even think Raiola bad either. He just want to be Mahomes a little too much, and it bothers me.
I won't know if he's bad until he get to the league for real.
That's fair. That's fair.
Especially when we talking about Oregon quarterbacks.
Yeah, but I mean, with the Dante Moore thing though, I think another reason that he did come back, he probably saw himself in like, cause I'll be honest, I didn't watch too many Oregon games, but I saw some of them, and then I watched the playoff a little bit. I didn't see every single playoff game Oregon was in because life be happening and be moving and shaking and all that stuff. But like, he didn't look that. He didn't look that ready. He looked like he could be a solid quarterback, but he definitely looked like he needed some more time. And then I found out that this is really his like first year fully starting all the way because I know he went to UCLA first, and I think he started part of the year there. And then he transferred to Oregon. He redshirted, and now he's playing. Now this current season happened, so he really hasn't had that much experience when it comes to like literal just reps in the first place. So I could see why going back to Oregon would be a thing, but it just still feels like we might get to like an era where it just feels like nobody wants to really be pro anymore, or at least they're putting being pro on the back burner, and it's just something I never thought I'd see.
I
I
never
always
thought
thought
I'd
people
see
wanted
it.
to get to the league as quick as possible.
But I can also see from Dante Moore's perspective, because I think there's just a lot of people, there's a lot of athletes that are not. It's rare that you are seeing somebody start and finish at their initial college.
Yeah,
The,
now it's crazy.
with the exception of Arch Manning, and nepotism is involved with that one.
And his family already got bread, so he don't really need. You
Yeah,
don't really do nothing.
nepotism is where it was at for that, because I best believe if that was just a regular Joe ass nigga, they wasn't gonna sit 2 years. You just don't see niggas just sit for 2 years when they're that highly touted.
Yeah.
But I also feel like somebody having a system plan, like you being a part of a system for multiple years is always going to be beneficial. So me understanding that this is first time Dante's had a full season, I would expect him to be better next season. Having a full second season under Dan Lanning, who's also he's a great coach. So I could see that, because shit, I don't know how many years it was for Bo Nix that played there.
I think Bo Nix did
Was it two
2
years?
at Oregon, I believe. I
Yeah, because
believe so.
that second year he popped, and that's probably what they
Yeah.
probably told Dante. Like, hey, look, that second year, that's when you're gonna pop, because now you know the system. But I think we do need to start getting in that habit, at least when we start talking, especially quarterbacks. I think it should be a positive being able to stay in the system and just like grow in that particular system instead of just hopping from one school to the next. I know why people do it. Don't get me wrong.
Of course.
But from hopping from one school to the next, especially when you're already at a big ass school, I'm not talking about your incarnate wards that jumped up. That's just how life goes. But your 5 stars, like I like, even though that nigga's annoying to me right now, that Vanderbilt nigga, I appreciate that Vanderbilt nigga just being there for like multiple seasons. I think it was like 2 years or whatever. Like you
Yeah,
really
but
see the
he's like
development.
he was one of those that went to like a small school first, and then he
Absolutely.
popped.
Yeah, absolutely. But the fact that he didn't just use that one Alabama year to be like, hey, fuck it, I'm going out. I'm like, all right, okay, let me see what he can do in the same system for multiple years. Because I do feel like it impacts going into the NFL. And now you have no choice. If you're going to be the franchise guy, you got to stay within this current system and figure this shit out with the players around you, instead of always having this mentality of, oh, well, this nigga need to get traded, or this nigga needs to do this, or this nigga needs to explode by year 2 or year 3, or this nigga's a bust, or I think that, especially if we're not, they're gonna have to sit somewhere. Either you're gonna sit in the college or you're gonna sit in the pros. Like I feel like at some point we gotta just stop throwing niggas out there. So it'll be interesting. I hope somebody do some research on like the current state of college football and like what quarterbacks look like that stay at a particular college for a certain plus years versus certain quarterbacks or athletes that are jumping around.
I feel like that's gonna be hard to research though, because I feel like everybody's jumping around now.
Absolutely, because that's just what the state.
That would be like an interesting study to see though. But
Yeah, it'll be, like I said, it's very hard to track some shit like this because that's not the norm. Like I feel like there's like a handful of niggas right now that would even fit the description of a nigga that stayed for multiple years. Because if you stayed for multiple years, we would
might
know
be trash.
names.
Like you stay for multiple years, you might be trash because like I feel like all the good, like once they're good, they be leaving. Like Mendoza, he was good and he left to go to. Granted, he was a grad transfer, but he still left to go from Cal to Indiana, and he's gonna be #1 overall pick now. So
Yeah, but then Michael Penix left from Indiana to Washington. I thought that nigga was gonna be the truth. So it's like you have your good and your bad. I don't know, but it'll be interesting though.
Real quick though, before we move off of college football and get into everything else, so just real fast, national championship is coming up. Indiana versus Miami. Who you got?
Um, the national championship games always piss me off. I hate it. I hate that it's always on a Monday. Why is it on a Monday? Just do it on a fucking Friday. Literally, nobody was doing anything yesterday. You could have just did it yesterday. I promise you.
Yeah.
Niggas are already starting their second semester right now. There's somebody that just picked up their syllabus and their new books yesterday and will be in school tomorrow or whatever. But to stay on track, I I have Indiana, but man, look, I'm looking for an excuse for Michael Irvin to pull that belt out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm looking for any excuse, but I will say Indiana.
Okay, I got Indiana too, because when in doubt, I just lean towards the quarterback who has the better quarterback, and it's Mendoza. And that Indiana defense been whooping niggas, bro. So there's that too.
I fuck with Signetti, so I'll go the Indiana road for sure.
Yeah. But let's tap into the NFL real fast because we got not a sad day. It's not a goodbye. We're having a celebration of like a celebration of life. A celebration of the career of one Mike Tomlin, who officially stepped down from being the head coach of the Steelers. He had 19 seasons with the Steelers, Super Bowl champ, 0 losing seasons, record of 193, 114, and 2, 13 playoff appearances, 8 AFC North titles. Absolute legend. He was the coach of the year in 2000. What is that? 2008? Yeah, 2008. Absolutely. No, was it first year? Maybe might have been second. Might have been second.
Second year, okay.
Yeah, but absolute legend in football. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm going to do it anyway. I feel like we both think he's a Hall of Fame coach. So there's that. I don't think I'm wrong in saying that you believe that either.
I'm only laughing because of the conversations I saw in our group chat. Yes, I do think he's a Hall of Famer. He may not end up being first ballot, but I do think he should be on the ballot for sure. But I do understand the criticism, not of him being a Hall of Famer, but like, okay, why he wouldn't be like first ballot.
Yeah.
The fact that he only has one Super Bowl. I don't think one Super Bowl does enough for you to just get in there off the first rip. Especially when you got multiple Super Bowl ass winners, niggas that that have more than one. And I will say, I am somebody that doesn't like. I don't like what he was given towards the end of his career, but I can't erase some of the great rosters he had that just truly underperformed. Like, as much as he had bad rosters, I remember what 2017 looked like. And at the end of the day, it's always going to be a bad look when Blake Bortles gives you 40 and you're supposed to be a defensive-minded coach. Blake Bortles giving you 40 sounds insane. That's just the truth.
I mean, it's been a very, even in 2017, how old was Big Ben back then? But like it's been a minute since Mike Tomlin's had a actual factual good quarterback. Because like them last few years of Big Ben was like Big Ben Hall of Famer and everything, but them last few years of Big Ben was absolutely horrible because he just
I think that was what 2021. I would say anywhere from I think the last decent to good Big Ben year was probably 2017 because it started taking a dip in 2018 when AB started acting up. But 2017, when you had Le'Veon Bell, AB, Juju Smith, and that nigga, I'm not gonna lie to you. That being said, that ain't had shit to do with Blake Bortles dropping 40 on you, my nigga. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's during a time where niggas was already talking about the Jaguars defense was carrying Blake Bortles. Like, that was the narrative. And you allow that nigga to give you that. I didn't like how that I didn't like that happened.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
It's one of those situations where people kind of look at the never losing They kind of look at it like the Russell Westbrook triple double stat. They try, in a sense of like, yeah, like we like that, but we wanted more than just that. And I can understand it. And I think it's still one hell of a run. I just hate that is being. I hate that I feel like his Super Bowl is the footnote compared to what Mike Tomlin is known for. But still a hell of a shit. I'll take that career over 90% of other
Yeah, no,
coaches.
it's no losing seasons. Everybody, or for the most part, everybody in the city everybody in the city loves you. And he's only 53, so he's not old at all. Like, so
He's the ultimate floor. He's the ultimate floor raiser, bro.
Yeah.
Ultimate. He went through that nigga's coached through 5 administrations.
Really?
Yeah. Cause he got there in 07, right? 07 was still Bush.
Okay.
And then 08 is when Obama came in. Obama ran it for 2. Then you had Donald Trump. Then you had Biden. Then you had Trump again.
Shit. Damn, yeah, shit. Wow.
Niggas is not
all while never having a losing season.
All while never having a losing season. I think that's commendable as fuck.
Yeah, so
yeah, I think that is.
There's a rumors that and Mike Tomlin, he voluntarily stepped down. So like he hasn't officially, like he wasn't fired or he hasn't officially retired, but there have been rumors that this is gonna be like it's a permanent thing. He's gonna like just chill and be old. And I'm not even mad at that because like 20 years I hooped, I went crazy. I never have a losing season and I'm only 53. Like I can take me a nice little network job, talk for a little bit, make millions of dollars. I'll be straight. So, and it's less stressful as well. So if this is his last time coaching, if he never coaches again, he's done enough. He's cold.
For sure. I'm glad that's the rumor you were talking about. I was scared.
I'm not even gonna dignify no other rumor, bro. Because shut up.
I'm
dignify that other stuff.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I'm like, well, hold on, nigga.
I'm not gonna put that man.
We just praising this nigga. Whoa, nigga. But no, on a serious note, yeah, like we always talk about it, lead the game before the game leaves you. How could I be upset for a nigga not returning and having that kind of resume? You accomplished technically by letter of the law, you accomplished literally everything.
Yeah.
You won a championship, you won coach of the year. You've never had a losing season ever.
You've coached some Hall of Fame players on both sides of the ball and coached a lot of Hall of Famers, actually.
Yeah, and they became,
or if not Hall of Famers, at least Hall of Fame talent. Because I don't think AB should get into the Hall of Fame, but he's not going to because he's insane. Hall of Fame. Le'Veon Bell, he started off Hall of Fame and then he got CTE. So
absolutely, yeah. But you got a chance to get Russ. I still think he's a Hall of Famer to me.
Yeah,
you got Russ. You had Aaron Rodgers. You had Big Ben. You had amazing talent. You still had Ryan Clark and James Harrison, T.J. Watt. The list goes on.
Troy Polamalu, Cam Hayward, Jalen Ramsey. He coached
Jalen Ramsey. He got a lot of names under his. Now I will say somebody did bring this up. This was a good not necessarily rebuttal, but this is something I didn't really think about. For that nigga to be coaching that long, I don't know a nigga coaching tree like that.
People have used that as oh, he's not a good coach because he don't got a coaching tree.
I'm not even saying he's a good coach. I'm just like, damn, like he don't got no coaching tree.
To me, that might make him a better coach because I built this and y'all can't do none of the stuff I did. Like I feel like that low-key might make him a better coach, or like he might have been coaching with some incompetent people and he made them competent, which is really basically was his whole career is I will make you competent because that's literally all he did with the Steelers his entire career. So I'm not even mad that he don't got a coaching tree.
No, I'm just trying to figure out were niggas just not leaving, or they was leaving and just not getting coaching jobs, or were they just taking lateral moves? It's not like he had the same coaching staff for all 19 years. It's just like, damn, like nobody under him ever attempted a head coaching job or got picked for one. Because it's one thing.
I think a lot of his coordinator choices ended up being like head coaches who had like fallen off, or like other coordinators who had gotten fired elsewhere. So like they weren't really under his tree. Because I know, who was it? Todd Haley. Has he been a head coach before? I'm not sure if he's been a head coach before, but I know he's been an offensive coordinator at multiple other places. But you don't consider him as part of Tomlin's coaching tree because he was like a coordinator somewhere else, and then he came over. And then like Brian Flores, for example, he coached under Mike Tomlin, but you wouldn't consider him under Tomlin's coaching tree because he's a Belichick guy. So a lot of his coordinators were like people taken from others.
Yeah, kind of like last stop niggas. Like, this is probably gonna be my last stop, and I'm probably gonna be either out of here or to the point where I'm never gonna get offered some shit ever again. So, okay, I can see that. I can see that. I guess that makes me ask the question. I guess he wasn't hiring young guys like that. If that was the case.
If they were, I think they're just position coach type niggas.
Do you think shit would have changed had he gotten younger with that?
Possibly, because a lot of times, like the older people, because like their offense coordinator right now is Arthur Smith, and I don't think he's good at his job. Right. Especially because like the Steelers' offense is built of tight ends and DK Metcalf and no line, no running game. So like really a lot of the problem came with like personnel, but I think him going younger could have bred a little bit more like innovation and things like that, because that's sort of something that comes with younger staff members. But that's always a toss up because niggas could be ass. So
very true, very true. I guess we'll never know because hey, look, his decisions were good enough to never have a losing season.
Never lost.
That's the real LeVar Ball right there. That's the real LeVar. I can't even compare this nigga as Doc Rivers no more. Cause that nigga Doc Rivers has lost before. He's had at least like for sure. He's at least have one.
I don't know. So I was genuinely asking. I'm not gonna look it up because I don't care enough, but I was just genuinely asking.
They would say, and on top of that nigga's fear with the conference finals in any conference. My goodness, can't reach it. Kryptonite. One good year. Crazy. Anywhere.
Let's stay in the AFC North though, and talk about. Well, I guess technically staying in the AFC North, but sort of going to the NFC East because John Harbaugh, he was fired recently by Steve Bisciotti, the Ravens owner. Yep. It was sort of like a last minute firing type thing because I think how it went. Bisciotti had the owner had called John Harbaugh into the office, and they were like having a meeting or whatever. He wanted Harbaugh to fire Todd Monken, who was the offensive coordinator, and Harbaugh was like, "No, I'm gonna stand beside my guy." And the owner was like, "Well, we're not gonna stand beside you, buddy," and fired him. And that happened, but now it's come out that the New York Giants and John Harbaugh are working on finalizing a deal, and they hope to bring him in for the introductory press conference on Tuesday. So that deal looks like, granted, this whole thing was announced a couple of days ago, so it looks like the deal is going to get done. But John Harbaugh will now be the head coach for the New York Giants. How do you feel about the Harbaugh firing, and now how do you feel about the hiring for the Giants?
I think it was time. It was time for the firing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he was there for 18 years. I think he got there the year after Tomlin, and I think on top of that, I think it speaks volumes. I don't know another nigga. I don't know another head coach. That his main job was special teams, coordination, and had a lengthy job like this. Shout out to him. Yeah. Shout out to him for making that shit work. And I see a lot of people saying, yes, was he probably the best? Was he the best fit for Lamar? Most likely not, because I don't even think the nigga wanted him like that for real. But that nigga did have some form of influence or some form of coaching ability. This nigga's some form of a good coach. You don't coach for 18 years and stink.
You don't coach for 18 years. He won a Super Bowl in 2013. Although they should have lost that game. But
hey, shout out to them lights, nigga. Hey, shout out to them lights going out.
the lights and then that missed PI, but I'm not even gonna get into it. But
Yeah, for sure.
he has an AFC title, of course, and then he's a 6-time AFC North champion. So he's had him a good coaching career.
Absolutely. Now, as far as him being a Giants head coach, I like it. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right.
I think I wouldn't have. I don't think I would have liked it if he was coaching a contender or like coaching like some Buffalo Bills type shit where there's like immediate expectations because I'm gonna just feel like Harbaugh's gonna feel and he's gonna feel that pressure by year 2 or 3. Now, granted, East Coast niggas like New York are very impatient too. Cause let this nigga lose too many games in the first year, there you still gonna have problems with New York niggas. Those are irrational niggas. But I think it's a good landing spot for him. It's New York. I know they're gonna give that nigga mad money. I think the first reports I heard was like north of 20 million or 25 million at the time a year. But I could definitely be wrong about that. I don't know what the final like 5 years, 100 million or some shit like that. I think they're still like you said, still trying to figure that shit out. And the expectations are lowered, and New York is not as in hell as other like um other franchises that are up and coming. Like like the Raiders still need a little bit more work. The Jets, oh fucking boy, even though they have Aaron Glenn, but like the Jets, oh my god, like Cleveland, that's a fucking shit show right now, and
Cleveland
that's
is
still,
terrible.
and that's in division that you just left, so that's kind of it. Just feels weird. But with New York, the Giants, you have Malik Neighbors, although he's coming off injury. You have your established wide receiver. Um, you think you have a quarterback, and you at least have um a running back for 2 years. You have at least some form of a running back for 2 years before that nigga decides to decline. Um, because the way that nigga runs the ball is insane. The nigga runs head first, crazy. But and Wandell, that nigga Wandell, I do like Wandell.
Now, he's a free agent. He might leave.
Oh well, I would try to keep that nigga, but you know that's just me. And y'all got some decent pieces on defense. Um, Thibodeau and that Michael Parson variant from Penn State. I forgot his name.
Carter, Thibodeau Carter,
Oh, Abdul Carter. Yeah, Abdul
yeah,
Carter.
Brian Burns, who was second in the league in sacks. I didn't realize that. And then Dexter Lawrence. They got them a
They,
solid D line.
yeah,
So
they got some good pieces. Like you know you have some decent. You can work with this. Basically, what I'm saying. You can work with the roster that's there, and make some form of noise. Especially since they only won like what 4 games, and
something like that.
something like that.
Something.
You can easily him and I feel like him and Mike Tomlin are good floor raisers. Like y'all can raise any floor. Y'all may not be able to, you know, get the Giants to the Super Bowl, but y'all can make them niggas respectable. So I say they win like 7 games, like 6 games, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it will be, but I like that job for Harbaugh because I don't see any other job that I'd be like, oh yeah, I would really love it. I wouldn't even want him in Atlanta, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I don't want him. I didn't want him in any situation where there was questions about the quarterback. If there's a question about who gonna be quarterback, I didn't want Harbaugh again
Yeah,
or Tomlin.
I don't have faith in him developing a quarterback. Now, it's not even saying like something is wrong with him. I'm just saying we've never seen it done before, and he's not necessarily an offensive guy. But me with this hiring, I like it, but for different reasons. Because I am not a Giants fan. I do not like the Giants at all. So I like it because I think it's going to work out terribly for them. To be completely honest, I don't think like one. I think they're trying to sign him for 5 years. Harbaugh's already like 63 or something, so he's going to be old by the time that contract is over if he plays out the full thing. I don't think it's really going to work because I do think Harbaugh's a good coach, but we've never seen him rebuild anything before. Even like with Lamar Jackson, they never had to rebuild. They just sort of reloaded because they already had Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco was sort of falling off. Then Joe Flacco got injured, and they just plugged in Lamar, and Lamar really saved his career because Harbaugh was going to get fired that season if they didn't end up making the playoffs. And Lamar got him like 6-0, and then they got to the playoffs. They ended up losing. That was Lamar's first year, but like I don't really think this like we've never seen Harbaugh rebuild anything, so I don't think he is going to do a particularly good job here with the Giants. We just talked about we don't want him going anywhere with quarterback questions. I truly, I don't think Jackson Dart is good. Like we have to see it. I
No,
was not. I didn't.
I don't. I'm not high on Jackson Dart, but
Yeah, but I'm
we,
just.
we know that they not going into this draft going for no quarterback in no first round.
Yeah.
That's basically what I was saying. Like
Okay.
I don't trust Harbaugh's decision making on who the guy should be.
Okay.
Just hey yo, give me. I think he does well with okay. These are the pieces given to me. We just gonna maximize it to the potential. But me trying to pick, no nigga, you lost me because you didn't want Lamar in the first place. So I don't trust your decision making in draft rooms to begin with. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, I feel like Harbaugh would have been a better fit somewhere. Well, I don't even know if there's any like current coaching option that I
Nope.
would like for Harbaugh. 'Cause like I said,
They,
I don't like this. I think it's gonna. I like this for the Giants because I don't like the Giants because I think it's gonna go bad. But like, I would want to see Harbaugh somewhere a little bit more like say the Bill, like because you were talking about you didn't want him with a team like the Bills. Like I would have liked that. Like I was thinking like that would have made sense because like the Bills just need if they don't make the Super Bowl, say they fire Sean McDermott or whatever. Like a coach like Harbaugh, I think would work with them because they just need like a new refresh, a new like. I think he can bring in a culture and like not like I said, not really worry about rebuilding anything because we've never seen him do that. Like I said, so I just think him coming in like, oh no, this is establishing a culture, getting like a baseline, and then building up from there. Because I think this could go. Because this could go good with the Giants, but it could also end up like Pete Carroll with the Raiders. So that's what I'm worried about for him, with the Giants.
I think he's too. I don't think he's. I don't think he's Pete Carroll's age. Um, to that
Almost.
degree.
Well,
I
nah,
mean,
he's like a
he's
decade,
like
10 years younger.
he's like 10 years younger, and I
But
remember
he's still
like
old. Like these niggas are not young, bro. Like
I mean
why you
that's
why
fine.
like that's I don't know why you guys want or not you, but I'm just saying like in general, why would you want an old coach to rebuild something with?
That's what I'm saying. Like
That's why I'm not.
and that's why for me there's levels to it because like I said with the Giants ain't no high expectations from me to begin with. I just think he's gonna do better than going to the Bills. I think with the Bills that that window is still like so that's not just like some big ass wide window where like if you're firing Sean McDermott, you are trying to bring in somebody that you know can get you to that Super Bowl or get you to the heights that you need to be. Bringing in John Harbaugh, I would be like, why the fuck would you like? If I'm a fan of the Bills, I'd be like, why the fuck would you bring in John Harbaugh and that nigga has not proven to you that within this decade he can get you to where you need to go? When that nigga had Lamar, that nigga had Derrick Henry, and that nigga had a plethora of offensive weapons and couldn't get it done. And he's still in the AFC. I could see if he was in the NFC and you ain't had to deal with Pat Mahomes and all these other good quarterbacks, but you still in the AFC. You still got that nigga still got to face Pat Mahomes, which he still hasn't been able to beat
Yeah.
on a consistent basis. If I'm the Bills, I'm like, nah. If you gonna fire Sean McDermott, give me somebody that either is internal or give me somebody new or something, or bring me somebody that is proven. Like, okay, this is a Mahomes stopper right here. Like this nigga knows how to win in the AFC and get to the Super Bowl because I would be kind of crazy doing John Harbaugh. But if I was a Giants fan, I would love Harbaugh because it's like, okay, I think John Harbaugh could be a good Mark Jackson to whatever the Steve Kerr would be, in my personal opinion. You get him for 4 or 5 years. Thank you for your service. We'll take it. We'll raise the floor, set a culture, and then when we bring in the person that we think can take it to the next level, we'll do it. But I also wouldn't want it to be. I think that's the perfect. That's the perfect rebuild for him as the Giants because I wouldn't want him to be in Tennessee because that's too young. Because I would want Cam Ward to grow with somebody.
Tennessee needs a whole lot. Tennessee needs a whole lot.
It's too much.
I think Tennessee. This is just my prediction. It's probably it could not happen, but I know a lot of people have been interviewing. I think he's like the Rams quarterback coach or passing game coordinator. His name's like Nathan Shieldhouse. He's black. He just got a weird last name. But I think people been interviewing him a lot for head coaching opportunity. I think he could go to the Titans because he's like that young. He's a Sean McVay disciple. You know how everybody loves him. He's a young offensive mind and everything. And he's not old. So I can see him going to the Titans and like developing with Cam Ward.
I've been hearing a lot of I've been hearing Kubiak's name a lot. I forgot his first name.
There's another. I think there's two Kubiak. I didn't know Gary Kubiak had that many kids, but there's two of them I think people have been talking about, and I don't remember which is which. But one of them was like good for a little bit, one of them is like always good for like half a season, and then like the offense just does horribly after that. I don't know which one it is though.
Me neither. But I just know that that's a name that's always been.
And all their names start with K's, so I need to figure out their middle names.
Oh God,
yeah,
that is true.
Let's tap into basketball real fast before we get to all the other things we do. But it's really only one basketball topic. I'm not even gonna have to spend too much time on it. But this is who's not the Shams. He's saying for the first time, the Memphis Grizzlies are entertaining offers to move two-time All-Star Ja Morant ahead of the February 5th trade deadline. And like we been knew this was gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie. Like Ja, he was the Grizzlies. At least that's what we thought. Maybe the Grizzlies were actually Dylan Brooks, but Ja, he was the Grizzlies. Now everything's going bad for them. Just think back to like 2-3 years ago. If somebody told you that Luka, Ja, and Trae Young would all be on different teams, would you believe them?
Yes, had you not brought Luka into it. I feel like with Trae was the low hanging fruit for at least 3 to 4 seasons because niggas. It was just something with Trae Young where they just did not like how short that nigga was, and niggas didn't care that he was an all-star snub, and them niggas would always be. It might as well be the Trae Young Invitational the way we talk about the play-ins, the play-in games for the East. With Ja. Yeah, had you said that 3 years ago, I would have been like, damn, that's crazy. But my next question would have been like, what did they get back in return? Like, I would have been like, okay, they must have got something crazy back. And Luka's Luka. Nobody expected that shit. But all three of them niggas, I would have said.
I'm had somebody tell you all 3 of them are moving, but LaMelo's still in Charlotte.
That would have been nuts. Oh, that would have been insane. I'm like, damn, nigga, like, really? He must be. He must be healthy. I would have been said he must be healthy now. He must be healthy now. That's what I would have said. Crazy. And then 2 of them niggas was in the same draft. The fact that both of these niggas was in the same draft and got traded for each other. When we talking about Luka and Trae Young.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, who really won that trade if both of them niggas left?
I mean, I guess it's still Dallas because Dallas went to the finals, but still.
I mean, well, it didn't give you a chip if you're gonna trade the nigga.
Fair. But back to Ja though. Who do you think he should go to? I think the Heat, but you already know how the Heat do. They don't be making no move. They just Heat culture. People are gonna want to come here, and nobody comes. And Bam has to average 17 points a game as their leading scorer, and Tyler Hero is either perpetually hurt or dropping. He might get you like 20 sometime. Like the Heat are just the Heat, so I don't really got no faith in them getting having any type of trades. But who do you think he could go to and make an impact?
Nah, this is how real life trade conversations happen with the Miami Heat. Oh yeah, we're interested in Ja Morant. Yeah, let's bring him on down. What you want back in return? Tyler Hero, bitch, and then hangs the phone up. It's just something about a nigga like Tyler Hero. They just hold on to a nigga like that.
And they keep thinking, everybody wants to come. It's Miami. Like, no, nigga, nobody. Bam has been dying for please get somebody to help me.
You know what I'm saying?
And they just look at Bam in the face and say, fuck you.
And on top of that, he probably be making more noise. But when you got Asia, you a lot more calmer these days. Like, like you living life. So there's certain things that you just kind of let slide because you happy right now. But nigga, if that nigga was single, that nigga be upset right now. I'm not saying that he's not upset right now, but we would hear it a lot more. We would definitely hear a lot more, nigga. But to answer your question, the answer is I don't fucking know. Because anywhere that I think he would be a great fit in, it would just make zero sense for him to go. It would make zero sense for me to be like, okay, like the Rockets couldn't even fathom getting a nigga like him because they can't even make the contract work. But even if they could make the contract work, would I want a John Morant in fucking Houston? No. No,
He
I
can't
wouldn't.
shoot.
And the shooting he do is not on the court. Respectfully. Like I'm trying to figure out like would I want him in Brooklyn?
Brooklyn's where people go to like disappear.
Utah? You gonna be with Ace Bailey in Utah? I don't think he has that like I mean he'll be with Young Boy. I know he has a house there, but like I don't even think John Morant. I mean, I get at first I was gonna say Atlanta, but that don't really make sense for like that don't make sense right now. They need a point guard that can play defense and can shoot. I don't know what his defense look like. But I can tell that this nigga does not stay engaged long though. He don't stay engaged long. But what with the Clippers, it's not gonna be no real championship contending team because most championship contending teams already have a point guard.
Yeah.
Anybody
they don't have like or they either have a point guard or they don't have space to add a point guard anyway. So
yeah, whatever team it is, it's a rebuilding team. It can't be Washington because they have Trey now.
yeah.
It can't be the Bulls because they have Josh Giddey and they actually like him. It could be Brooklyn, but what the fuck are you gonna do in Brooklyn? Like as a team, schematically. Like it just that doesn't fit. You would have thought it would be Miami, but these niggas run a strict program that I don't think you're accustomed to. If you letting a coach right now get on your fucking nerves, imagine what Pat Riley would do. I don't trust it.
But maybe he might need that. I don't know what the Pelicans are doing.
The Pelicans, the Clippers, maybe he finds the trees, nigga. I don't know. And none of the teams I just said is gonna give John Morant no big ass contract unless he went to Sacramento.
I think I've seen something that says Sacramento don't want that nigga. And honestly, if I'm John, I don't want Sacramento either because
good mutual.
Sacramento don't know what they're doing.
Milwaukee? Didn't I hear something like that? I heard a report that Memphis.
I saw that too, and I don't like that fit either.
I don't like that for Milwaukee because I think Ryan Rollins is a good piece. And the first round? No. They have to keep that first round because I believe OKC has one of what are you talking about? Milwaukee's first round picks in the upcoming.
Yeah, that's first round pick, bro.
Absolutely. It's disgusting. I actually don't like this. But anywho, yeah, there's just not a lot of teams that just make sense for John Morant. And he's somebody that's not expressed a team. At least with Trey, I felt the same way about Trey, but Trey got ahead of it. That nigga smart. He said, no, I want to be in Washington. Let me go to Washington. Let me go to this trash-ass team that I kind of fuck with. And they made it happen. And I know he's going to get a bag. I know Washington going to give them a bag. I don't know about Ja. I don't know. He would really have to turn his shit around. He would have to have like a Chris Paul year, like a Chris Paul OKC year, where he really just turns it around. And then by the time he hits free agency, if there is a free agency, then teams come knocking and saying, well, we'll take a flyer on this nigga. Or we'll give him a contract.
Jeez, taking a flyer on John Morant. Just that phrase, you would have never imagined that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, in 2022, I would have been like, nigga, are you drunk?
Like, what do you mean take a flyer on John Morant? It's John Morant. You don't take a flyer on that nigga. You just signed him.
You find a way to go get him and then figure out everything else afterward. He's not at that moment. He's not at that tenure. Who's the point guard for Portland? Oh, it's gonna be Dame because Dame is still there.
Oh yeah,
it'll be Dame next year. And that nigga Danny Avdija, that nigga's nice. You know that nigga leads the league in and ones.
It's because he draws so many fouls. People are saying it.
But the fact that nigga making it though, like it's one thing to get fouled, but you making these bitches.
I need to watch more Portland games close. I'm not going to, but I need to just to do some scouting on Danny Avdija because
I scouted that nigga 5 games.
People have said some reasons as why he's getting these calls, and I'm just interesting. but I'll be
No,
quiet.
I scouted that nigga for 5 games against my own will. And I will say the way some people talk about it, valid. I can understand it. But at the same time, I'm looking at the degree of difficulty of this nigga making a shot. Like, it's the type of shit where I'm like, how this lucky ass nigga made a shot? But then he'll do it
Again?
3-4 times and it's the same animation. I'm like, fuck. Does he practice this shot? Cause he making this motherfucker. And I'm pissed that you are making this motherfucker. This is the fact that you getting the foul though. But I'll tap in. I don't even know if Scoot Henderson exists anymore, but
I know he had like a partial ACL tear or something like that, and then
I've never heard of a term like this before. A
So
partial
I
ACL tear? I don't know.
Yeah, didn't tear all the way. I feel like that's worse than a normal ACL tear. Like if a normal ACL tear just clean all the way through, it's easier to fix. I feel like.
Hey, what if you send that nigga to Dallas?
Scooter Ja. Does Dallas? I mean, I'm not mad at it, to be honest with you.
Cause say you trade Kyrie or something. Cause I know they're gonna get rid of Anthony Davis at some point. It's inevitable at this point. They don't have no real point guard. They tried the little Cooper Flag thing that doesn't work, but he thrives everywhere else as a forward because that's his natural position. You bring in John Morant. They would just have to work on the defense around everything, spacing. It seems like they got more shooters than Memphis. Like, you got niggas that can shoot the ball if need be.
I'm not mad at that, to be honest with you.
I think it's just it's not. I don't think there is a perfect situation for Ja, but I hate it. I don't dislike it more than I dislike other places for him.
Yeah, because not Malice, but Dallas is a rebuilding team, and
yeah,
like they're rebuilding, but they already have boom. We have Cooper Flag. That is a big time cornerstone in this rebuild.
And you have a Jason Kidd. I'm not
mad at Dallas.
Another black man that came into the league not being able to shoot, but somehow figured out how to do it towards the end of his career. Maybe he can help unlock something into his game potentially. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at Dallas at all.
I'm trying to see things that make sense, and I would just be like, okay, like what are you getting back in return if you're Memphis? So of course you're gonna go off of what the best deal is, but. Yeah. Texas is a gun state, so that's the only bad part. Them niggas love guns in Texas. So.
But Greg, I think it might be that time.
It's that time. Real quick, we got picks. I keep forgetting that Saturday games do exist. So today.
Why are they making this a thing, bro? I don't get it. Like, granted, it's been happening for a while, but why Saturday? But whatever.
I feel like be him when I was about to say that. Today only. Bills versus Broncos. Jax, I'm not even going to ask. I'm just going to assume. I think we're both going to pick the Bills today.
With all due respect, we are picking the Bills.
All right.
It's going to be a hate watch for me for both teams.
Hey, I was looking back at that part, and Dez was like, when Dez asked you about like how he felt about Bo Nix, that nigga's face when he was, I think he's terrible. Oh, wait, what?
I understood the point he was trying to make, but I'm like, you don't want to know how I think about Bo Nix.
It was whatever point you about to make, it was about to go downhill because you brought up Bo Nix. He was about to go into his second sentence, and he recalibrated. Oh, you think this nigga that shit had me crying because I already knew, this nigga Jack. I was trying to answer for you before it even happened. This nigga Jack's not going to do it. But we're going to pick the Bills. And then tonight's game, division rivals, 49ers versus Seahawks. There's speculation that Sam Darnold may not be able to play. Hasn't thrown a football this week.
That's so crazy. Nigga, what do you mean he hasn't thrown a football?
And that nigga don't got legs like Lamar either, so I'm trying to figure it out. But is this the game I see my RB1 come out?
I think RB1 is quarterback 3, so he might not.
Fuck! Who quarterback 2?
They got Drew Lock.
I don't even hate that nigga, but damn. It's like I fuck with Drew Lock. Like, that's cool, but damn. I'm not mad. I'm really not that mad. But Jax, who do you have?
This one, I don't know, because is Sam Darnold alive to play?
But even if Sam Darnold was alive to play, he's already proven to me, as much as I've been a defender of him, that nigga be fucking up in big games.
Everyone on the 49ers is hurt because of that damn electrical.
Doesn't matter. They find a way to win. They be finding ways to win. So I can't even blame injury.
I think I'm gonna go with the Seahawks, but I don't feel confident.
Who am I gonna go with? You know what? I like Drew Lock's touchdown celebrations, so I'm gonna pick him. I'll pick the Seahawks. If Sam Darnold plays, it's the 49ers. If it's anybody else under center, I'm picking the Seahawks. Sunday, Texans versus Patriots. Jax, who do you have?
I think the Texans are gonna win that game. CJ Stroud been fucking up, but that defense is a monster. So I think the Texans could win that game.
I love the Texans defense. I fuck with it heavy. That being said, I'm gonna pick the Patriots. At some point, they're gonna have to get tested, and I think no better defense than to be I feel like Drake May has a great opportunity to shut niggas up like me that called their schedule very Mickey Mouse like. This is your perfect opportunity to say, "Hey yo, shut your bitch ass up." We like that.
It is.
This is the perfect opportunity. So I'm gonna say the Patriots. Give me the Patriots against the Texans in the divisional. It's in Foxborough. Yeah. And looking at the weather outside for me.
Oh, it might be a snow game too.
It's snowing like crazy right now, and it don't look like it's stopping anytime soon. Dang. We'll see how it goes. At least I've seen Drake May in the snow. I don't know what CJ Stroud looks like in the snow.
And CJ Stroud from California too. He's not used to that.
But he played at Ohio State.
He played at Ohio State.
He played at Ohio State. Yeah,
it might have snowed in one of them games. Maybe.
It's Ohio. I'm sure he's gone through some shit like that. But just like everybody else, when you ain't been there in a while, take you a little minute to recalibrate.
to get used to it again.
Last game, LA Rams versus the Bears. Jax, who do you have?
Give me
it's in Soldier Field. Keep in mind, I know it's going to snow there.
Matthew Stafford, he played in Detroit all them years. He's used to playing against the Bears in cold weather, so I'm not worried.
Okay, it's Chicago, nigga. I'm picking the Bears. I gotta keep riding this train until the wheels fall off. But I'm also a fan of the LA Rams. This was a tough one for me, but I'm doing this for my black people. Go. What them niggas say? Bear down. You know what's crazy? I just realized, them niggas have both the Bears and the Bulls in Chicago. You know how they have that saying, okay, we're bullish on this team, or we're bullish, or this is bear. I didn't realize that
bear market and stuff. Yeah,
I didn't realize the correlation that they have both of those two animals. And one of them has 6 rings, the other one doesn't. One has 6 rings, and the other.
When you're bullish on something, you're positive. They got the 6 rings.
Yeah,
in the Bears.
And the Bears,
they got nothing. Interesting.
They get stolen from. They get robbed. I just thought that was a crazy scenario. I'm hashtag noticing.
That's right.
But now the real thing. Hot take of the week. Dex, do you have a hot take?
I do, in fact, have my hot take. This hot take was inspired by Jalen Petrie.
Oh shit! Okay.
UC Petrie, he running around with the Guardian cap, that big ass Guardian cap on his helmet. And initially, Guardian cap looked crazy. Now I feel like I've come along on them. I think Guardian caps are nice. That's my hot take. I think players that really hit niggas hard, like Petrie, players who smack niggas, they should wear the Guardian cap. I feel like that's like that should be like the symbol, the signal that yes, I'm really like that, and I will knock you niggas out. I think players like that, like Ryan Clark, if there was Guardian Cap back then, he should have been a nigga wearing the Guardian Cap. Like the niggas that really hit niggas, they should wear Guardian Caps.
It's almost like a sign of like I'm doing this for you, not me.
Yeah, yeah. Like you see a nigga wearing that Guardian Cap, you know, oh, it's finna be a long day. He finna knock my ass out. Like,
I think a nigga like Cam Scatterbo should have a Guardian Cap since that nigga lead with his helmet. He gonna hurt somebody. He gonna hurt somebody just leading with the crown. Not even saying that he a real hitter like that. It's just damn nigga, you leading with your head every time.
Yeah,
I know it's not gonna affect you.
Who else should have one? Somebody hit like Roquan Smith. He could have a Guardian Cap because he hit niggas hard.
There should be multiple Texans that have a Guardian Cap.
That defense might need that defense should wear a Guardian Cap. To be honest with you,
the whole defense should wear the Guardian Cap. Because the way them niggas was hitting, the way I was hearing pads pop on my screen last week. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Hey, go ahead and get that Guardian Cap. No words spoken. Just put it on, bro.
That Guardian Cap is a symbol. It's a symbol to let niggas know, like, oh, I'm really like that. So yeah, I think that's my hot take. If it even is technically a hot take, but still.
It's almost like wearing that C across your chest.
Yeah, it's a sign.
I fuck with that. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Which one am I gonna say? My real hot take, when it comes to sports fandom, you're a grown-ass man at the age of 12. You are a grown-ass man from 11 or 12 years old. This nigga know what the fuck I'm talking about. You pick your team at 11 or 12, and that's who you stick with. You're a grown-ass man. That's the team you sticking with. Anytime before, I'm going to let you rock with it because you young and you trying to figure out who your team is or whatever. Team hopping becomes unacceptable after the age of 12. You're a grown-ass man. Stick with your team.
Once you make that decision on your first team, that is your team. No take backs.
There is no fucking take backs. We will judge you. Like, we will ridicule you. You will not be in the same conversations as me and other people because you got to stand for something. That's one of the first things you stand for. Yeah,
it's a lesson in loyalty. How loyal can you be? Can you survive through the ups and downs?
Exactly.
Don't just be happy for the up. Don't just the Patriots, they were winning all this. No, nigga, it get ugly, nigga. Remember Bailey Zappi? It get ugly, nigga. Mac Jones, it gets ugly. Nigga. Can you stay down and grind with the team?
Like, come on, bro. And some people never gonna see it, bro. Some people will never see greatness in their lifetime, like the Cleveland Browns. But you pick that fucker. You pick that team, nigga. But even as a Cleveland Brown nigga, even as a Cleveland Brown nigga, you had an opportunity. When your original team got moved to Baltimore, that was your free pass to get the fuck out and join that and continue to stay with them. Now you got to stay there. But they have some ups. Some peaks are higher than others. It's just like life. But like I said, at age 11, you're considered a legal adult in stardom. 12, you're a grown-ass man. I stand firmly on that. I remember when I was, I think I was like 6 years old, and everybody in my family was Cowboys fans. And I fucked with the Chargers because I was a big LaDainian Tomlinson fan. And my dad said the notorious words, "Don't worry, he'll be back. Don't worry, he'll be back." I was like, what is this nigga talking about? By the time I was 10 or 11, I was back. I was back. And I said, okay, that's the only time. I'm here now. Everybody saying the Texans, everybody in the group, and we in group class and reading class, the Texans have just became like a team and they suck. And I'm seeing everybody saying they're fucking ass, they're never going to win shit. And I was on that bandwagon saying, yeah, they fucking suck. Even when they talked about the Cowboys, I could have been like, we better than the Texans. Well, I used to say that shit all the time. And then my fandom got tested. It got tested when they finally decided to reach the playoffs for the first year. And the first things to come out of my mouth as an instinct was, fuck the Texans. It just came out fluently. That's when I knew I was a grown-ass man in my fandom. I'm like, I'm here now. I don't give a fuck how good they are. They can win 2 Super Bowls. I'm a Cowboys fan. It doesn't matter.
That's
And
real.
I think people have to we got to draw the line. We can't have these niggas team hop. I'll let y'all niggas slide in basketball, but in football, nigga,
Football is life or
I'm
death.
just here for my home. No, nigga, you're not.
Football is life or death.
It's life or death, nigga. You signed this contract, and it's damn near ingrained and tatted on your rib bone. This is your team for life. Even when you try to team
you
hop,
signed that contract in blood.
even when you try to team hop, there are niggas that know who you are. There are niggas that know the real you. It don't matter what you try to do. It don't matter if you're trying to fashionista it up and you like this jersey better than. We know the real you. We know your first contract because you signed that at 11 years old, nigga. I know you, nigga. That's my hot take.
No, I stand with that hot take because I know plenty of people who hopped off the couch. And honestly, respect to them for hopping off the Cowboys. Man, I'm not even gonna lie. Respect to y'all.
Yeah, I'm saying. But like I said, but at the end of the day, we know who you are. Yeah. We know who you really are. That's all that is.
Y'all trying to like the Ravens. Y'all trying to like the Texans. Y'all can have other teams that you like, but no, we know who your fandom is deep down. We know we can see it on you.
Even when I want to try to denounce my fandom, there's not another team as much as the Ravens piss me off about how they utilize Lamar Jackson or it's always Lamar Jackson's fault. I promise you, there's nothing that makes my blood boil more than the Cowboys when they on bullshit. It doesn't matter when I have low expectations or high expectations. They find a way to piss me off even when I'm not even in the right mindset to watch football. I came to this season saying I don't have expectations.
And I still got mad.
Get pissed off, nigga.
I still got mad at these niggas, bro.
I'm a grown ass man in fandom. That's my team. It don't matter what's going on. LeBron James the same way. He can denounce all he wants. The digital footprint out there. We've seen you. We know who you really are. You can try to fake it and say I don't watch football no more. We know we used to be a Cowboys fan. We know it's okay. It's okay, but we know who you are. You're a grown ass man. You will get ridiculed. That's all. That's all it is, man. And shout out to the niggas that really stick it through. Shout out to my nigga Feek. I remember what Feek was going through 4 years ago. Davis Mills. You know what I mean? Bill O'Brien. I remember those times for them. I was laughing. But that's just a part of it.
We don't like those fans that end up, I've always liked this team. No, you haven't. I've known you. I watch you. No, you haven't always liked this team.
Yeah, Ash.
Yeah,
Ash. Shut up. I've always been a fan of the two teams and I can't root for. Shut up, nigga.
Like me, I'm a Cowboy. I don't have no problem with the Texans. If the Texans doing good, yeah, like cool. If they get the Super Bowl, I'll be happy. But like, I'm not a Texans fan. Like you can like another team. Just stop acting like you've been a fan the whole time, bro.
I know you wasn't a fan of. And on top of that, you can like somebody, but you're not chanting. You fuck with the cow. You don't dislike the Texans, but I don't hear you say go Texans. The fuck? You putting the jersey?
I don't care. Like I don't care enough. I'd wear anybody's jersey if they're a live player, except the Giants jersey. I don't like the Giants.
That's me with Philly. I think that's when
I don't think I'd wear any. No, I'd wear a Sean Taylor jersey.
I wear Sean Taylor for sure.
Would I wear a Michael Vick Philly jersey? I don't think I would. You know, I love Michael Vick. I don't think I would.
Because I can just go get the Atlanta one.
Exactly.
And it's more iconic anyway.
Exactly.
I don't have to get a teal jersey because there's a teal jersey in Cowboys color way.
Mm-hmm.
With Philly, and Philly is another team that let me understand that I was a grown ass man in my fandom. Because the first time I got a real life heckle out of an Eagle fan, that's when I knew I hated them niggas. That's when I knew I was a fan. When them niggas got crazy, I'm like, fuck y'all, nigga. I'm here now. Yeah, it's levels to it, but yeah, divisional jersey don't sound like me. Yeah, anybody in the division and a running quarterback when I could just get a Lamar jersey. Come on now, and they black, and it's a black jersey. Them colors hard anyway. Easy.
Exactly.
But Jax, any last words as we dip out?
Go outside, go touch some grass. Even you, Greg, even if it's cold, just go outside. Keep move the snow around till you get some grass. Go touch some grass outside.
I'll try. I'll give it my best effort. As far as for me, man, look, for niggas that are not on the wave, shout out to the show Traders. Good show, good television. Season 4 dropped last week. For my niggas that, I wouldn't say this is reality TV, but niggas in the reality TV world understand how good this show is. So y'all tap in with me. I will be on my secret account and recap about how I feel about this show. For niggas that know, no. You try to. I'm not advertising shit. Just if you find it, you find it. If you don't, stay in the dark, nigga. This is my privacy. This is my secret space, nigga. But with that being said, make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment down below. Very powerful, y'all. And we'll catch y'all niggas next week. Bow.